Jurassic Park 3 is a 2001 dinosaur thriller movie starring Sam Neill, Laura Dern, William H. Macy, Tia Leone, Alexandra Viola, Trevor Morgan, and Michael Jeter. It takes place after the events of the Lost World Jurassic Park, and creating more parallels to that film, where Ian Malcolm was a spotlight character in that movie, where the movie was basically about Ian Malcolm's story at the events of the original Jurassic Park. This is a Alan Grant spotlight movie, basically discussing where he's at in life and his own story after the events of the aforementioned Jurassic Park. The movie opens up with Eric and his stepfather going on a trip, and they do some parasailing. However, things go wrong when the boat that is supposed to be guiding their parasailing adventure is attacked by some kind of dinosaur. However, this is off screen and we don't actually get to see what it is, but it's assumed that it's some kind of aquatic dinosaur, which leads to them getting marooned on Isola Sorna, Site B, where the stepdad unfortunately is killed by getting eaten alive by Compsognathus, and Eric is the only survivor. After their son does not return, Amanda and Paul Kirby, who have thus been divorced for several years, decide to put their differences aside to look for their son, and they enlist the help of Dr. Alan Grant, who would be able to help them find their son. However, they do trick him into going onto the island under the pretense that he is doing a tour for them to see the species. In actuality, their real plan is to land on the island and find a way to get their son back, much to Alan's horror. After this extremely bad and reckless decision on account of the Kirbys, Alan and his partner Billy try to get the Kirbys to abandon this reckless mission when they hear sounds of angry roars and gunshots in the distance, as one of Paul Kirby's colleagues is in danger by something huge in the forest. At this moment, they realize they have to get off this island. However, it is already too late for them. The Spinosaurus crashes through the forest and into the runway, killing that colleague of Paul Kirby's right in front of them, which causes the airplane they're in to crash into the forest nearby, where the Spinosaurus then finally attacks them. After escaping the Spinosaurus, they encounter a bull T-Rex, which then engages in combat with the Spinosaurus and is killed by it. The Spinosaurus will be a recurring antagonist throughout this movie. In fact, the reasoning for its aggression in this film was actually pointed out by Paul Kirby's actor, who said that when they crashed into the forest, when they were trying to leave the island, the airplane actually broke or injured the spine on the Spinosaurus, which made the Spinosaurus very angry. There's also a subplot with Billy and the Velociraptors, who purposely, throughout the course of the movie, seek out our group of heroes, mainly because Billy had stolen a few of their eggs because he thought that he could get really good money off of these eggs and fund his and Alan's dig for the next couple years. However, Alan gets extremely upset with Billy and some very mean things are said. This leads to them having a falling out, all while the raptors and the Spinosaurus are hot on their trail, who obviously have a grudge with our heroes. After a velociraptor attack, Alan is separated from the group and coincidentally stumbles into Eric Kirby, who has been surviving all this time on the island and hiding in some of the facilities and living off of the supplies that was left when Site B was evacuated. This leads to a moment afterward where Eric is returned to the Kirbys and they have a heartfelt moment only to be attacked once again by the Spinosaurus. All kinds of shenanigans happen, and finally it leads to a moment where Paul Kirby gets to have a heroic moment where he protects his family from the Spinosaurus, luring it up to a crane that's in some kind of lake, and this lake catches on fire, which scares the Spinosaurus away, and it runs back into the woods and isn't seen for the rest of the movie. The raptors are given their eggs back, and during all of the encounters with the Spinosaurus during the lake fire scene, we do get confirmation that Alan did contact Ellie, and Ellie sent the military to extract them from the island, and the movie ends. I'm going to be as honest as I can with you guys. This is not the best Jurassic Park movie. Granted, it's not bad. It's still a good movie. However, it does suffer from having way too much going on. There is a plot with the Spinosaurus being angry at them. There's a plot with the Velociraptors being angry at them. And then there's the plot with them trying to save Eric Kirby. And then there's a whole plot with Alan and Billy trying to get off the island because this island is bad news. There's so much going on in this film, and it kind of gets kind of chaotic at time, but don't let me discourage you from watching the film for yourself. It's still a really good movie, and for a film within the Jurassic Park franchise, it's not the best, but it really adds to the development of the characters within the franchise and the stories that will be told within future movies, and it's still a great aspect of the franchise's story. With that being said, let me know what you guys thought about this movie in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Do take care.